Imagine stepping aboard an aircraft so luxurious that its price tag exceeds the GDP of several small nations combined. A flying palace where every detail, from the hand-stitched leather seats to the marble-clad bathrooms, represents the pinnacle of human craftsmanship and engineering. Welcome to the world of ultra-luxe private aviation, where customized Boeing 747-8s and Airbus A380s can command price tags of up to $500 million. Today, I'm taking you inside the most exclusive aircraft on the planet, machines that fewer than 100 people on Earth can afford to own. What you're about to see will forever change how you think about air travel. What does $500 million actually buy you in the skies? The answer is more extraordinary than you could possibly imagine. The evolution of luxury aviation. To appreciate these flying palaces, we need to understand how private aviation reached such spectacular heights. The modern era of luxury private jets began in the 1960s with the Learjet, relatively small aircraft designed for business executives. By the 1990s, Gulfstream and Bombardier were producing long-range business jets costing $40 to $60 million. But for the world's ultra-wealthy, those with net worths exceeding $10 billion, even these aircraft represented significant compromises in space and capability. Traditional business jets are essentially flying tubes with limited headroom and space, explains Steve Varsano, founder of The Jet Business, who has sold aircraft to billionaires and royal families. When money is truly no object, why accept any limitations at all? This philosophy led to the next evolution, converting commercial airliners into private residences in the sky. Boeing's BBJ, Boeing Business Jet Program, and Airbus's ACJ, Airbus Corporate Jet Program, were established specifically to serve this market. But even these weren't enough for some clients. There's a significant difference between a standard BBJ and a fully customized wide-body 747 or 777, says aviation consultant Adam Twiddell. It's like comparing a luxury apartment to a custom-built mansion. This brings us to today's ultimate status symbols, fully customized wide-body commercial aircraft. But who exactly is buying these aerial mansions? The answer might surprise you. The buyers. The market for $500 million aircraft is understandably small. These buyers fall into three primary categories. First are heads of state and royal families, particularly from the Middle East. The Sultan of Brunei, various Saudi royals, and the Qatari royal family are known for their spectacular private aircraft. Second are ultra-high net worth individuals with fortunes exceeding $20 billion. These include tech entrepreneurs, industrial magnates, and those who've inherited vast fortunes. Finally, there are governments that require specialized VVIP, very important person, transport for their leaders. These aren't just transportation devices, explains Doug Gollin, founder of Private Jet Card Comparisons. They're flying symbols of power, wealth, and national prestige. What's particularly interesting is how secretive this world remains. Many of these aircraft are registered to shell companies, making their true ownership difficult to trace. Take the case of Joseph Lau, a Hong Kong real estate tycoon who reportedly spent $380 million on a Boeing 747-8 plus another $250 million on the interior, bringing the total to over $600 million. Yet details about the aircraft remain scarce, protected by ironclad NDAs. But what exactly makes these aircraft so expensive? Let's step aboard and find out. The Boeing 747-8 VIP, a case study. The Boeing 747-8, with its iconic hump and massive 4,786 square feet of potential cabin space, represents one of the most sought-after platforms for ultra-luxury customization. The base aircraft costs approximately $418 million, but it's what happens next that drives the price into the stratosphere. Customizing these aircraft takes 2 to 3 years and involves armies of designers, engineers, and craftspeople. Companies like Greenpoint Technologies, Lufthansa Technik, and Jet Aviation specialize in these rarefied conversions. Every surface you see and touch is custom, says Andrew Winch, whose design firm has created interiors for some of the world's most expensive private jets. Nothing comes from a catalog. A typical 747-8 VIP configuration includes a master bedroom suite with a California king bed and ensuite bathroom featuring a full shower, multiple guest bedrooms with private bathrooms, a formal dining room seating 14 to 20 people, conference meeting rooms, a main lounge often featuring a cinema-quality entertainment system, private offices, staff quarters, medical facilities including, in some cases, operating rooms. One Middle Eastern royal reportedly installed a missile defense system costing $30 million, just one component of an aircraft with a final price tag exceeding $500 million. What's truly remarkable is the level of customization. One owner installed a stable for horses on the lower deck, while another requested a prayer room that would automatically rotate to face Mecca, regardless of the aircraft's heading. But perhaps the most impressive aspect isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. The engineering marvel. Creating these flying palaces requires overcoming extraordinary engineering challenges. Everything on a commercial aircraft is designed with weight in mind, explains aerospace engineer Dr. Katerina Bariami. When you start adding marble bathrooms and solid wood furniture, you're fighting physics at every turn. Consider the shower alone. Water weighs 8.3 pounds per gallon. A 10-minute shower uses approximately 20 gallons. That's 166 pounds of additional weight that must be carried, not to mention the water recycling systems required. Then there's structural reinforcement. When a billionaire requests a grand piano in the main lounge, engineers must ensure the floor can support it during turbulence, while keeping the aircraft's center of gravity within strict parameters. Safety systems are equally complex. These aircraft feature enhanced fire suppression systems, backup power systems far beyond commercial requirements, secure communications networks that can maintain connectivity anywhere on Earth, advanced air filtration systems that completely replace cabin air every 2 to 3 minutes, custom emergency exits and evacuation procedures. The engineering that goes into these aircraft is as impressive as the luxury, says aviation analyst John Walton. You're essentially creating a self-sufficient small town that travels at 600 miles per hour at 40,000 feet. But perhaps most impressive are the range capabilities. A fully outfitted 747-8 can fly approximately 8,000 nautical miles non-stop, enough to travel from Los Angeles to Dubai without refueling. How does all this compare to the commercial experience? The contrast couldn't be more stark. The Airbus ACJ380, the flying palace. While Boeing has dominated the ultra-large private jet market, Airbus offers the ultimate platform, the ACJ380, a private version of the world's largest passenger aircraft. With potentially over 5,600 square feet of cabin space, the ACJ380 offers unprecedented possibilities. Although few have been delivered as private jets, those that exist represent the absolute pinnacle of aerial luxury. One particularly famous example belongs to Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, who reportedly ordered an A380 for approximately $500 million, with customizations potentially bringing the final price to $800 million, though reports vary on whether this aircraft was ultimately delivered. The aircraft was said to include a concert hall featuring a grand piano, a Turkish bath, multiple bedrooms, a prayer room with electronic prayer mats that automatically face Mecca, a garage for luxury vehicles, a spiral staircase connecting the 3 decks. While many of these details remain unconfirmed due to strict confidentiality agreements, what's certain is that the ACJ380 represents the largest canvas available for creating personalized flying environments. The A380 platform offers literally 3 times the space of previous private jets, says Richard Guyona, CEO of Comlux, which specializes in VIP aircraft conversions. We're talking about the equivalent of a large penthouse apartment that can fly anywhere in the world. But with nearly unlimited budgets, what kind of interiors do these aircraft actually feature? The answers are astonishing. The interior, ultimate luxury. Step inside one of these aircraft, and you'll find environments that rival or exceed the world's most luxurious homes and hotels. Materials used include rare woods like Macassar ebony and burled walnut, stone including onyx, marble, and granite, specially thin to reduce weight, 24-karat gold and platinum accents, hand-tufted silk carpets costing thousands per square foot, custom-dyed leathers from specialty tanneries, crystal and fine art installations. There are no budget constraints in this realm, explains Jacques-Pierre Jean, an aircraft interior designer who has worked on several $400+ million jets. We're limited only by physics, certification requirements, and imagination. Technology integration reaches extraordinary levels. Hidden televisions emerge from credenzas at the touch of a button. Lighting systems mimic sunrise and sunset to reduce jet lag. Electrochromic windows darken or lighten instantly. Sound insulation receives obsessive attention, with cabin noise levels in some aircraft reduced to just 45 decibels, quieter than many library reading rooms. Most impressive are the custom features that make each aircraft unique. One tech billionaire installed a fully functional recording studio. A Middle Eastern royal family installed a small operating theater for emergency medical care. Another client requested a wine cellar holding 1,000 bottles, maintained at perfect temperature and humidity. These aren't just aircraft interiors, says Pierre Jean. They're deeply personal expressions of how these individuals want to experience the world. But luxury of this magnitude requires another critical component: a staff of dozens. The operational reality. Owning a $500 million aircraft requires annual operating costs that can exceed $20 to $30 million. Crew requirements are substantial: 4 pilots, 2 captains, 2 first officers for long-haul operations, 1 to 2 flight engineers, 15 to 20 cabin crew including private chefs, bodyguard security personnel, personal attendants, medical staff on some aircraft. Maintenance demands are equally staggering. These aircraft require specialized maintenance facilities and teams of engineers. A simple inspection can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then there's fuel. A fully loaded 747-8 burns approximately 5 gallons of jet fuel per mile. At current prices, a single 10-hour flight can cost over $200,000 in fuel alone. The purchase price is just the beginning, explains Steve Varsano. I tell my clients to budget 8 to 10% of the aircraft's value for annual operating costs. Insurance presents another challenge. Policies for these aircraft can cost $5 to $10 million annually, requiring specialized underwriters who understand the unique risks involved. Storage demands purpose-built hangars, often with enhanced security features. Some owners maintain dedicated facilities at multiple international airports to ensure their aircraft is always protected. It's essentially running a small airline with a single aircraft, says aviation consultant Brian Foley. The logistics are extraordinarily complex. Yet for the ultra-wealthy, these costs represent a worthwhile investment not just in transportation, but in something far more valuable: time. Time, the ultimate luxury. For individuals whose net worth exceeds $10 billion, the primary advantage of these aircraft isn't the luxury, it's the time saved and the flexibility gained. When you're worth $50 billion and run global business operations, spending $500 million to save thousands of hours over the lifetime of the aircraft is simply good business, explains Doug Gollin. These aircraft operate on their owners' schedules, not airline timetables. They can access over 10,000 airports worldwide, compared to about 500 served by major commercial airlines. They eliminate the hours spent in security lines, boarding queues, and baggage claim. More importantly, they transform travel time from wasted hours to productive work sessions or restful recovery. For these individuals, a 14-hour flight can be as productive as a day in the office, says John Walton. The ROI isn't calculated in dollars, but in opportunity costs saved. There's also the security dimension. High-profile individuals face genuine threats when traveling. Private aircraft provide controlled environments where security teams can ensure complete protection. For some of our clients, commercial travel is literally not an option due to security concerns, says aviation security consultant Christopher Prelog. Their aircraft aren't luxuries, they're necessities. But these necessities come with significant environmental implications. The environmental impact. There's no escaping the environmental reality. These aircraft have massive carbon footprints. A single 747-8 produces approximately 92 kilograms of CO2 per kilometer. For a 6,000-mile journey, That's about 887,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide, more than the annual emissions of 150 average Americans. It's the most carbon-intensive form of travel available, says environmental aviation analyst Dr. Lucy Budd. There's simply no way to make a 400-ton aircraft environmentally friendly with current technology. Some owners address this through carbon offset programs. Roman Abramovich, the Russian billionaire who owns a customized Boeing 767, reportedly spends millions annually on environmental projects to offset his aircraft's emissions. Others are exploring sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, which can reduce carbon emissions by up to 80% compared to conventional jet fuel. However, SAF's limited availability and high cost, 2 to 5 times that of conventional fuel, make widespread adoption challenging. Emerging technologies offer some hope. Electric aircraft are advancing rapidly, though current battery technology limits them to small aircraft and short ranges. Hydrogen propulsion shows promise for larger aircraft, but remains decades away from implementation in large private jets. The uncomfortable truth is that ultra-luxury air travel and environmental sustainability are fundamentally at odds with current technology, says Dr. Budd. This contradiction highlights a broader question. In a world facing climate change and growing inequality, what does the existence of $500 million private aircraft tell us about our society? The future of ultra-luxury aviation. What comes next in this rarefied world? Several trends are emerging that will shape the future of ultra-luxury private aviation. First, sustainability is becoming a priority even at this level. Designers are exploring lighter materials, more efficient engines, and sustainable interior components. One design firm has developed cabinet veneers using fast-growing bamboo instead of endangered hardwoods. Second, technology integration is advancing rapidly. Future aircraft will feature connectivity, rivaling ground-based systems, advanced health monitoring for passengers, and potentially even virtual reality environments that transform the visual experience of flying. Third, personalization is reaching new heights. Design firms are employing virtual reality tools that allow clients to experience their custom interiors before construction begins, leading to more tailored environments. The next generation of these aircraft will be significantly more capable while potentially having smaller environmental footprints, predicts Adam Twiddell. Several manufacturers are developing supersonic business jets that could revolutionize ultra-luxury travel. Boom Supersonic and Spike Aerospace are working on aircraft that could cross the Atlantic in under 4 hours, potentially changing the economics of ultra-luxury aviation. Speed may become the new ultimate luxury, says Richard Gaona. If you can fly from New York to London in 3.5 hours instead of 7, that creates extraordinary value for individuals whose time is worth millions per day. Yet these developments may be overshadowed by broader social questions about extreme wealth and its expressions. Conclusion. The $500 million private jet represents both an engineering marvel and a powerful symbol of our age. These aircraft showcase human ingenuity, craftsmanship, and technological prowess. Their development has pushed the boundaries of what's possible in aviation, creating innovations that may eventually benefit commercial air travel. Yet they also embody staggering wealth inequality. When a single individual can spend $500 million on personal transportation while billions live in poverty, fundamental questions about resource distribution become unavoidable. These aircraft exist at the intersection of technological achievement and social contradiction, says aviation historian Janet Bednarek. They're simultaneously impressive and troubling. What's certain is that as long as there are individuals with virtually unlimited resources, there will be manufacturers ready to create ever more spectacular flying palaces. For the rest of us, these aircraft offer a glimpse into a world few will ever experience. A world where the constraints that govern ordinary lives simply don't apply. If you enjoyed this exploration of the world's most exclusive aircraft, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what other aspects of ultra-luxury transportation you'd like me to investigate next. Until then, keep looking to the skies. You might just spot one of these extraordinary flying mansions passing overhead.